so.
Okay.
It's a happy day, and I praise God for the weather. It's a happy day, living it for my Lord. It's a happy day, things are gonna get better. Living each day by the promises in God's word. Oh, and I praise God for the weather. It's a happy day. It's a happy day. Things are gonna get better. Living each day by the promises in God's word. Well, we sing that song a lot. We do kids ministry and we like kids. But sometimes kids get grumpy. And so when the kids get grumpy or hyper or eat too many donuts before they're sent to us on Sunday mornings, we sometimes we sing it to them a little like this. It's a grumpy day, and I don't like the weather. It's a grumpy day, living it for myself. It's a grumpy day, things aren't gonna get better. Living each day with my Bible on the shelf. I like it better this other way. It's a happy day, and I praise God for the weather. It's a happy day, living it for my Lord. It's a happy day, things are gonna get better. Living each day by the promises in God's word. Living each day by the promises in God's word. Okay, gotta turn the page here. Oops. The first time we ever heard that song, Barry Maguire was singing it. And it became one of our anthems. We sang it a lot of different places. It ended up on an album called The Unchoir, which was the very first Agape Force album that we were involved in, and the first album altogether. It ended up on another Agape Force album called Favorites. And finally, it was on an album called Agape Land that we had some more to do with than the other two. And so we always liked that song. We always sing it for kids. And we're happy to be here with you guys today.
Yes, as you, those of you that have been watching for the last few weeks know that we've been having some technical difficulties, really frustrating ones for me, and I don't know if we're going to have any tonight. But we've been threatening for weeks to move the show somewhere else. Like I said last week, Jim and Dee at home doesn't have to mean in our house. It just means we're not out on the road. And I wish we could do it in our house, but we have too many situations over there. It doesn't work. So we're in a new place tonight. We're sitting in front of the fireplace at Winky and Faye Pratney's house. Of course, they don't know that they're on the other side of the world. Oh, they know. Oh, yeah. Well, they're on the other side of the world right now, so they can't do anything about it. we just kind of we found a window that was cracked open, and we crawled in through the window and brought in all our stuff, and we just hope they don't come back and kick us out, because we're getting a lot better internet here, and the lighting is better. Everything's better over here. So, but we did that song because it's a song, like she said, we've been doing it for a long time, and it was probably got most popular from being on the album called Agape Land, which was a kids album that we did some years ago. Yeah, like maybe 2 years after we got married, I think maybe. And it was a
42
huge.
years ago.
Yeah, 42 years ago. Is that when we did the album or when we got married?
No.
No. Well, anyway, uh, sometime in another life, we did that. So we're going to over the next few weeks, we're going to start performing some of the songs off of Agape Land because we found a lot of people. We get emails almost every week. Somebody asking, "Can you help us get a copy of Agape Land?" Which we can, but we're going to perform those songs because they're really popular. People really like those. That was an album. It was a very very low budget production, but it sold really well. In fact, Winky told me that it sold about 400,000 copies, which is a lot of records back in the 70s, and yeah, and especially for a kids record because they were not very popular yet. And so we're going to be doing some of those songs, and I'll put links. I'll put links on our when we go back. You know how these things they stream live, and then later I go back and add annotations and on the bottom, and what is it, the notes and stuff, whatever. And so I'll put a link to that song on our YouTube channel. We have the entire Agape Land album is up on our YouTube channel, so you can listen to it. And oddly enough, of all that, we've got about 100 and something songs up there, and the most popular song on there is that song that we just did from the Agape Land album. And the next most popular one is the entire album, which we have up there as well. We have the cuts individually, and then we have the album all together. That's the most popular thing. So some people said it was the second Jim and Dee album. Some of you that have been watching, again, you know we've been doing some songs from Homesteading, which was our first album, which was even a lower budget recording than Agape Land. And so that's all. Anyway, yesterday I think it was, we were, I don't know what we were doing. We were in town for something. Oh, we were in town getting stuff
for tonight
to set up this new venue for us. And Dee said, "Oh, Graham Nash is going to be doing a live stream on Tuesday or Thursday or something like that." Thursday. I said, "Oh, he must have been watching our show and decided it was a good idea to do live stream." So he's copying us, and so he's going to be doing a live stream in a couple days. And so we thought that tonight for our tribute, we might as well. What was that sound?
Ice maker.
Oh, just the ice maker. Don't worry. We're not used to the sounds of this house. I'm not. So we're gonna do our tribute songs tonight to Graham Nash, and the first one I want to do is one that we do a lot with Bongo and the Point, and it's a very very popular song. Oh, that thing's gonna be loud.
I'll be easy.
Okay. She just decided to throw that in. So anyway, this was a song, one of the early songs from the Hollies. For those of you who don't know, Graham Nash is one of the few people. There is a handful of people who are, well, of course, there's a very few people that have been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Even fewer have been inducted more than once. And so Graham Nash was inducted into the Hall of Fame as being a part of that other group that he was in. I think they were called Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And then he was also inducted as a member of the Hollies. And so he's had a pretty good career, and I'm hoping he'll get a good audience for his live stream, maybe even more than us. And and that I guess he's going on tour and everything. So go get him, Graham. And this first song is called Bus Stop. Bus stop with there, she's there. I said, please share my umbrella. Bus stop, bus go, she stays, love grows under my umbrella. All that summer we enjoyed it, wind and rain and shine. That umbrella we Okay.
do that.
Take two. Sorry, we can't do no take two. Dee says sometimes we had to just film these things at home, tape them, record them, whatever you want to call video. Record them at home and then edit them and put them up. But then you wouldn't get to see blunders like that. That's what happens when I start thinking ahead. What am I going to do next? Then
That's why people watch NASCAR for the crashes.
that's quite true. Yeah, I was a big Hollies fan. I like songs like that. You know, the thing that's so wonderful about those songs compared to a lot of songs from more contemporary times. You know, that song is about taking time to get to know someone and developing a relationship with them, and the object is matrimony. And so I really like songs like that. But when I was about, I think I probably was 17, the Hollies came out with a song that really, really struck home with me, and it was, I mean, it was my life. He was singing a song. They were singing a song about my life. I think it's one of Graham's songs, one of Graham Nash's songs, and I would be willing to bet I've probably sung this song more times than Graham has, because this has been an anthem for me. Although when I do it, I do it in where we kind of segue from Graham's song into one that we wrote, and it's, for me, it's kind of like a before and after story, and so we want to do the song that the Hollies did called King Midas in Reverse, and then we'll segue into one of our own tunes. Exactly where I am, you wouldn't want to be me. Oh, I can assure you of that. I'm not the guy to run with, 'cause I'll tell you off the line. I'll break you and destroy you, given time. He's King Midas with a curse.
Oh, he touches, turns to dust.
He's King Midas in reverse.
Oh, he touches, turns to dust.
He's King Midas with a curse.
Oh, he touches, turns to dust.
He's King Midas
sunshine floods my eyes. Ever since you came my way, I'm a different guy. Do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Ever since your love found me, I've been upside down. Painted rainbows all around me, I think I just might drown. Filling up my lifetime, yeah, the sunshine floods my eyes. Ever since your love found me, I'm a different guy. I never thought I'd find a life like this. No, no. Anyone can break a heart, but Lord, it's only you that can mend it. Do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Ever since you came my way, I'm a different man. And now I'm doing things your way. Oh, what a wonderland. Filling up my lifetime, yeah, the sunshine floods my eyes. Ever since you came my way, I'm a different guy. Do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
You didn't turn the page. Thank you very much.
You're such a lovely little green dot tonight.
Yeah, that's what we have to do. We have to stare at the top of the computer at the little green LED up there. The one that the NSA uses to spy on us. Well, let's see. Where are we in the story of the Selfish Giant?
Your turn to retell it.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out where are we. That's it.
Well, he went away. He came back. He built a wall.
Kick the kids out.
Kicked out the kids. And
Mrs. Snow came
and then spring, and then the winter came and never left.
okay, that's where we are now.
He's getting a little tired of it.
Okay, so the Giant's getting tired of having, well, it's kind of similar to Narnia, where it's always winter and never Christmas. This place, it's always winter and never spring.
Only inside his garden.
But only inside the Selfish Giant's garden. So about that time, he's getting tired of it. So he sings this song called "The Giant's Complaint." I think this is about song number 8.
I hope there will be a change in the weather. I hope there will be a change for the better. I can't understand why
it will be a change for the better. I can't understand why spring is so late. There's frost on the trees, there's ice on the gate. A slow moving spring is one thing I hate. I can't understand why spring is so late.
I like the giant.
You like the giant. He's a mean, selfish giant.
I know. Bad guys are always more interesting.
That's true. That's why the heels in WWE make more money than the babyface.
Yeah. He'll get his chance.
Okay,
All right.
we got one more.
I think we got
It's
one
weird.
more.
We're doing this and we haven't not telling any stories or anything tonight. Oh well.
Well, you need to tell some stories.
My mom was saying I'm not supposed to tell stories. Well, I didn't think of any to tell. You got one to tell? I wasn't thinking of stories. It's all right. We can just do another song if you want. Or
Well, I was thinking that when we did King Midas in reverse, and I'm a different guy, it kind of took me back, way back, to when we were doing a lot of street ministry.
Mhm.
That was one song that we did a lot, because it was still kind of not an oldie then. It was
that's true.
it was still a
Fairly
song, and then
new, yeah.
and to have the contrast, and you know, I was telling somebody today that when we used to go minister on the street, we'd do some like weird stuff, like we would get the band up there, and we would
Up where?
On a little stage, a trailer we had, or anywhere. And then we would crank it up and play really loud and play rock and roll, and you know, whether it was original songs or Christian songs, or whether it was like The Seeker by The Who or
Yeah.
whatever, and we would draw a crowd, and then our friends would jump up and do like a 2 minute, 1 minute,
like 1 minute,
like a 1 minute testimony, and then
yeah.
we'd do another song, and then somebody else would get up and do a 1 minute testimony, and then as long as we kept doing songs, the crowd wouldn't leave. And then pretty soon, if the crowd was kind of getting into it, then somebody'd jump up and do like a 5 minute sermon. And I remember one night our friend Robert, we were singing out in front of this bar, and everybody was driving by, and the bar was across the street, and we were in an empty lot.
It wasn't empty. There was cars parked in there.
Well, we were in the empty part,
Yeah,
but
we're in the back part. Yeah.
and there are cars over here. But at one point, the people were too busy watching us, and one car
slowed down to watch. It stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One car slowed down
And
was
stopped.
kind of craning his neck, and then the other guy was watching us too, and he didn't know the other guy, and then he boom right into the back of him, and then our friend Robert jumped him and said, "Just like that, your life can end." And the other thing we did that I haven't seen a lot of people do was we brought a kind of a big team. We'd bring 15 or 20 people, and besides the band, and they'd be out there, arms crossed, watching and listening, and
Yeah, as if they just showed up like everybody else. You know?
yeah, and
This is
then
like our undercover spies
Yeah.
out there or something. I
and
don't know.
they lean over and go, "Oh, what do you think of all this?" I thought that was pretty cool. We got in a lot of
What she means is they would do that, and then they would start talking to these people about Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had plants in the crowd.
and our objective was not just to shout out people's sins across the street with a megaphone, but to get their attention and to engage them in conversation, and hopefully build a relationship, and look for an opening to tell people about the wonderful God we served, and the way he was breaking their heart.
No, they were breaking his heart.
Yeah, that's it. It seemed like the broken heart of God was a running theme for us. And it has been for us ever since then. I just wrote a blog the other day that I mentioned in last week's stream, called The Day That Changed Everything, about how I got burned real bad when I was a little girl and how God touched me. But I remember when, way before that happened, when I was younger, my mom was single. She was really unhappy. She was having a tough time. And I remembered that I hated to see her sad, and I wanted to be good because I didn't want to be the one to make her sad. And it was so easy when I came to know Jesus to feel that same way. I want to make him happy because there's so many things in this world breaking his heart. And I think it's a good time to sing our last song. It's called For His Own. And I couldn't be more blessed or more happy to belong to him than I am right now. It's been a long journey, and I think the best is yet to come.
So another song. This is another song from our album, Psalm 33, Sweet. And again, I'll put a link here later if you want to listen to it or pick it up on iTunes or whatever. But yeah, this is that song.
If you want to read along, it's Psalm 33 verses 12 through 15.
Something like that. Well, thank you. Good night. That's it. I'm going to reach over and get the mouse and turn this thing off.
Blessings, everyone. See you next week.